I never played point guard in the National Basketball Association, so I don't know how this works, but you did. Is this something or nothing?
It's something.
Ooh, talk to me.
Because the head coach is still in the position of leadership.
Does the head coach call the play every possession?
Now, each scenario is different. I remember being on the floor playing against the Utah Jazz, and their execution was so pristine that Jerry Sloan didn't need to call plays because they were functioning off actions.
This is Stockton Malone Jazz?
Correct. They were functioning off actions that dictated offensive movement.
Okay.
Versus play calls that you now can see coming, relay, and prepare for.
Yep.
So that's not strange when you have a great ball handler, a decision maker with the ball. Chris Paul, Steph Curry, Russell Westbrook.
But you're talking about Sloan, Stockton, Malone, who had been together for 8-9 years by the time you played against them. So that's like, they're all cohesive. LeBron James just got to Los Angeles.
Correct.
He doesn't have the relationship with Luke Walton that John Stockton has with Jerry Sloan.
Correct. And where I'm going is the elite ball handlers, people that initiate offense for their team, it's unrealistic to expect them to look over to the sideline every time, first off.
Sure.
So like when I hear that as a former player, it's like, huh? like you, of course they're not looking over at the bench every single time. Like, what should I do? What should I do? What should I do? That's not happening. The reason why I said it's a thing, however, though, there are distinct times, however, when you want to get a play in. Like a team's on a run, you want to try to feature a guy to get them going.
Yep.
You want to try to just go over the things during the game that you actually practice, because when your squad hits a level of duress, you want them to still be able to execute.
Yes.
So that's what the coach is there to kind of make sure I got these 15 of the greatest basketball players in the world. How can I make sure they function as a symphony? But the unique quantifier I want to talk about is for LeBron, in this case, he doesn't have the relationship with Luke, as you mentioned. He wasn't hired by Magic. Some could take it as a disrespect.
Sure.
I think that Luke is a really good NBA coach. I, however, believe, it's just my personal opinion, that this is the only season he coaches LeBron.
Say it again, please, Mr. Rose. Put it on wax.
I believe that Luke is a talented coach and deserves to have a job in this league for a really long time. But my instincts tell me that this will be his only season coaching LeBron James. For something else that I see that Wendy and the scouts didn't acknowledge.
What's that?
And when he go to the bench, he ain't talking to Luke. He talking to who I think may be his replacement,
Give it to us.
Brian Shaw.
You think that Brian Shaw is going to be the next head coach of the Los Angeles Lakers?
I believe when LeBron James shows a level of trust in you, like I saw with Ty Lue in Cleveland, that lends me to believe that if Luke isn't coaching the team next year, when the Dallas Cowboys or the Los Angeles Lakers have a vacancy, immediately, because it happens every few years, people think they're gonna go out and do the big splashy hire.
Let's get Phil Jackson.
No doubt about it. And spend X amount of dollars to bring in top flight whoever that everybody believes is gonna turn around the situation. I think if they do make a change, the person is sitting right on their bench
Was
currently.
Ty Lue an assistant coach with the Cavs before he was the head coach?
Yes.
Is Brian Shaw currently an assistant coach with the Los Angeles Lakers?
Yes.
So I want this. Everybody at home watching this or listening to this.
It's a lot of dominoes.
When you're watching a Lakers game and the other team goes on a run and someone calls a timeout and they show LeBron James, because they always follow LeBron James to the bench, just notice who he's discussing the strategy with. Is it Luke Walton or is it Brian Shaw? Because we saw it happen in Cleveland.
I'm peeling back the onion really big for y'all today.
This is exciting. I'm gonna be watching Lakers timeouts like the Zapruder film now.